Well, good evening. My name is Rick Mansfield, and I'm honored once again to host and introduce tonight's LifeVantage presentation featuring my good friends Marci and Dr. Dondee Nettles. You know, their deep expertise and years in this industry set them apart, and they're uniquely qualified to guide us through the health and wellness products and the growth of this remarkable company that we're going to talk about tonight. Years ago, LifeVantage started with a single flagship product called Protandim. It sat on pharmacy shelves and vitamin shops and that sort of thing, but not many people knew of its full potential. Well, until the decision came about that they brought it through the network marketing channel, it changed everything. And since then, the company has grown by leaps and bounds. For me, it happened about 8 years ago. I was entering into my 70s and looking for ways to stay active and healthy and independent longer. And now, as I actually surprising to me, move into my 80s, I'm still enjoying the daily activities that I love to do. And that's thanks to the original and even the latest innovations by LifeVantage. You know, they've continued to develop groundbreaking natural cellular activation products, beginning with Protandim, which we know slows down the aging process, to developing a collagen product, which is a vital building block for skin, muscles, tendons, the glue that holds us together, and even a natural now GLP-1 product for weight loss, something we hear an awful lot about from the pharmaceutical industry. This is a natural product. And now, most recently, they've introduced a product called P84, and it is a product to create the perfect environment in our own gut for a healthy, functioning gut microbiome. So lots of new products coming. And with so many new products added to its portfolio, you now can choose the product that makes the most sense for you or products. And you can do that as a customer or even choose to perhaps become a consultant and start sharing the products with a small select group of friends or neighbors, or even building a larger business if that's your goal. But to tell us more about that, I'd like to turn the meeting over to Marci and Dondee, and they'll share a lot more about this exciting company and the opportunities it offers to us. So, Marci and Dondee, please share.
Oh, thank you so much, Rick. Appreciate you very, very much. And welcome, everybody. We are super excited to share this information with you. My name is Dr. Dondee. This is my wife, Marci. We have been with LifeVantage 17 and 15 years, respectively. And when I can just speak for myself, because I didn't know Marci at the time, but when I saw the information that you were about to see with a lot more information than when we first saw it, it was very exciting to me because I was a very successful chiropractor and AM radio show host here in the Phoenix Valley of Arizona. We had the fourth largest chiropractic practice in the state, seeing 350 to 500 patients per week, which was great. I had an AM talk radio show every Saturday for an hour live program, and it was wonderful. My passion is to educate people and empower them to be their best health advocates. But what that took out of me was time that I could not get back. In fact, 80 to 90 hours a week on average that I was outside my home and out and away from my family, which at that point included a 3-year-old son and a newborn daughter, which I literally never saw. And I had this deep burning desire to be daddy and doctor. But the doctor and radio show title kept me away from being daddy until I saw what you are about to see a little over 17 years ago. And after about 18 months of implementing it into my life with the scarcity amount of time that I had, I was able to sell my practice, cancel my radio show, and for 15 years be a complete 100% working from home father to my children, involved in every single decision that they went through up until about a year ago. And so it gave me that and then some. And the end sum is this beautiful woman, my beautiful wife, Marci. We met in this business. We pooled our families and our resources and our desires to help the world. And that's what we've been doing collectively for the last 15 years. So let's talk about relevance. This is, as Rick said, a business. It's a micro franchise business model. And the best way to describe that, if you understand or you're familiar with the cash flow quadrant, popularized by author Robert Kiyosaki, who wrote the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad. This was the book that was the follow-up to that. And he just basically takes every way we can make money, the 4 different ways of producing income, and put them into these quadrants. The left quadrant, the E and the S, for employee and self-employed, are where you are trading time for money. and you don't have leverage. You are creating linear income. In other words, you work an hour and you get paid by whatever you are worth for that hour or whatever you agree to. This side of the equation, the employees and the self-employed small business owners, make up 95% of the workforce. The only problem, they only make 5% of the income because they are trading time for money. They either have a job or they own a job if they are a self-employed person, which I was at one time. In fact, that's where I was when I saw this information. But the right side of the quadrant, the big business owner, the B quadrant, and the investors, they only make up 5% of the population, but they create leverage. And as a result, they make 95% of the income. And so all they are doing is leveraging the time and efforts of other people that they can actually, so what I'm looking for, capitalize on. And so it's just a much better and more efficient business model, especially when it becomes reproducible and self-sustaining. So we're going to be talking about the B quadrant when we're talking about our micro franchise business opportunity tonight.
Yeah, I had always been on the left side of this quadrant. I had always been an employee. And, I didn't really like having a boss. For the majority of my career, I was in law enforcement. I absolutely loved what I did for work, being able to show up when people were in need and to be able to bring a solution to them most of the time. I made enough money because I was given a lot of my time to my job, right? Well, in 2009, I lost control. I was in a car accident on duty that ended my career that fast. With the end of my career, I ended up with a brain injury, several herniated discs that required spine surgeries, and I was no longer able to be that employee. And that meant I wasn't going to work. And when you're an employee or if you're self-employed, if you're not there, you're not giving your time and you're not getting paid. And so I started going into this deep downward spiral of losing a house, going through a divorce of a marriage that was already struggling. My kids were teenagers at this time, and here I am, I'm there, but I'm not there, if you know what I'm talking about. And I knew that there was not a job out there that I could go into in the circumstances that I was currently in, that I would be able to make enough money to be able to provide for my kids. Well, very dear friends of mine learned about LifeVantage right around that time. And they thought of me as one of the first people they wanted to share this with. They knew I had lost my career. They knew I was struggling for money. And so they thought that this just might be an opportunity to where I would be able to participate. See, because the difference between a micro franchise and a franchise, franchises take millions of dollars to get started, and there's hundreds of thousands of dollars monthly of overhead. With a micro franchise, especially when you're partnered with a publicly traded company, is a very small entry to get started, and there's like no overhead. You don't have to have any employees. You don't have to have inventory on hand. You don't have to make deliveries. You don't have to do all that stuff that normal franchise owners would have to do. And so when I saw this information, it kind of clicked for me. It was like, hey, maybe this is something that I can do. I can do it from home. I can do it with my kids. I can do it wherever I'm at. And it won't take a lot of money for me to be able to get started. And so this was very, very interesting to me to be able to move forward in my life with a business opportunity, becoming a business owner that I could leverage that company. Well, I knew that if I was going to be starting something new, that I would have to have the right things in place in order for me to be able to be successful. And those things are what really make up a successful business opportunity. And so I had heard from different big business people that there were things that you needed to look to if you're going to be looking into a business opportunity. And those things was the company. Is it a successful company? Is it a stable company? Is it publicly traded? Is it transparent? How about products? Are they something that is unique and consumable on a monthly basis? So you have customers coming back on a repeat. The timing needed to be good to where you could take advantage of the growth of the opportunity. And how about the trends? Is it really something that people are looking for and something that is going to be of value? And then, of course, if I was going to be giving my time and my energy, I wanted to make sure that I was going to be getting compensated appropriately. and then having the system. I will tell you, this is probably one of the most important parts for me because I didn't know what I was doing. I had never been a business owner before. And so a system had to be in place that had to be simple, and there needed to be a community of people around to be able to help me get started and to go along the way in building a new business opportunity. And so when I saw this, and what you're going to be seeing tonight, this is what we're going to be going through, is these 6 different components of a successful opportunity. We're going to go ahead and get started here with a LifeVantage story and talking about the company and the products kind of interwoven. So LifeVantage is actually started out completely different than other network marketing companies. We started back in 2003 with our product Protandim on store shelves. We were a small biotech company that had a breakthrough in health and wellness, basically the biggest breakthrough in medicine prevention in the history, right? And so we had our product on store shelves, and unfortunately it was sitting there amongst thousands of other products, and the bottle couldn't tell the story of what this breakthrough was and what the pioneering it did inside of your body. And so it sat there and we didn't sell very many. But in 2005, we had an ABC investigative reporter come knocking on the door of the scientist that developed this product. And he wanted to do an expose on what we were saying in the research that had been released on Protandim. He wanted to disprove what we were saying. Well, basically what happened is he had his blood drawn. He was given a 30-day supply of Protandim and told to come back when he was done taking that 30 days. Well, what he did instead, because he wanted to disprove what we were saying, he came back in 12 days and he's like, okay, draw my blood. I want to see if this is working. Well, what our science shows is that Protandim will reduce something called oxidative stress by an average of 40% in 30 days of taking it. This is what the science said. So 30 days is what we had given him. So him coming back in 12, we had no idea what the results were going to be. Yet when his results came in, his oxidative stress, that damage inside of his cells, had been reduced to that of an infant. It had reduced by 45% in just 12 days. This blew the reporter's mind, it blew our minds, and it blew the minds of everybody that watched this ABC News report. If you haven't seen this report, please get with the person that invited you to this presentation to get the link to be able to see the ABC News report that aired in 2005, because it will blow your mind too. And just know that the research shows that it works 100% of the time in every mammal it's been studied on. And you're a mammal, you're a person, so it'll work in you too. So we knew that we had to figure out a better way to be able to get our product into people's hands, because store shelves just wasn't doing it. And that's why in 2009 we decided to put it into the hands of people like me and Dr. Nettles and Rick and others that are on this call tonight, to be able to tell the story of what this product does and the benefits to the human body. So we switched to network marketing and direct sales in 2009. We've been publicly traded this whole time. We're currently on the NASDAQ. Our ticker is LFVN. You can go and check out everything that we're sharing with you. You'll see how transparent we are. You'll see how debt-free we are and how we are making multi-million-dollar investments into the future success of this business opportunity. So we've got exceptional corporate leadership. They have over 100+ years combined experience in network marketing alone.
Now, the difference between the typical comparison out there of supplements versus activators, especially if you've never heard the term or understand the application of activation, it's quite simple. If you look at the example on the left, 1-to-1 then done. What that simply means is that a free radical is neutralized by an antioxidant. That is the relationship. One antioxidant neutralizes one free radical, and they're both consumed in the reaction. In order to get what the 1 tablet of Protandim in that blue bottle you see on the right from the other source, antioxidants that you're consuming, you'd have to eat 400 oranges every single day, or 500 cups of broccoli, or 110 cups of blueberries, or 120 vitamin C tablets. Who has the gut space or the desire to take that approach? Because it's 1-to-1 then done. There's a much more efficient strategy and a much more efficient process, and that is when your body makes its own antioxidant enzymes. You can take 1 tablet of Protandim per day with food and it literally turns on in all 37 trillion of your cells the activation of 1 to 1 million per second. In other words, one antioxidant enzyme produced in all of your 37 trillion cells neutralizes 1 million free radicals per second, every second, ongoing, and it's not consumed in the reaction. So what does that do long term? Quite simply, if you look at the line graph there, without protandem, that red escalating line is what, as we age, we are more susceptible to the diseases of aging. That's what that line represents. That was until protandem came along. Then after taking one tablet of protandem per day, they could no longer tell the difference of the blood of a 20-year-old and an 80-year-old, which were simply the youngest and the oldest people in the human study that we did. So that was pretty remarkable. That's what actually got the film crew of ABC Primetime News to the University of Colorado at Denver to try to disprove like what Marci was saying. But this is monumental. And it's not just my word for it. Please don't take my word for it. Go to pubmed.gov, the National Library of Medicine. It's the most widely used and deepest repository of published medical science on planet Earth. It's where researchers and scientists and doctors go to do their research. And if you just go to that site and you type in the one word, protandem, the way you see on the front of that blue bottle, you will see there's 29 studies published in medical journals like the Journal of Free Radical Biology and Medicine, or the Journal of Circulation by the American Heart Association, done at universities like Harvard. This is third-party funded and initiated research on that finished product, not ingredients and not done by our company. And it's patent protected because this is a micro-franchise business model that is relevant and scientifically proven. So what else do we activate? And what is activation? Turning on the DNA so your body does what it's created to do. The tri-synergizer that you see there is antioxidant protection, mitochondria boosting, and NAD boosting at the DNA level so that your body can handle its own issue. And speaking of its own issue, the most prevalent and needed protein in the human body, collagen. When your body produces its own collagen again, like it does with that brown bottle with the pink top with our True Science liquid collagen, magic happens in the body. And as you heard Rick say earlier when he introduced this, we have a GLP-1 producing product in your body naturally, meaning it's stimulating the GLP-1 hormone. And then we have the brain chemistry. Who doesn't understand how important neurotransmitters are? The chemistry of your brain. When you take that product Axio, it balances the 6 neurotransmitters in your brain so that your brain can communicate with your body effectively. And the one we are most excited about most recently is our gut peptides, our P84 product. When you can rebuild cell by cell the microbiome, then watch what happens when the body's properly digesting and the immune system is properly working because of those new gut peptides that your body's now making. So LifeVantage, the activation company, this is the majority of our products, our activating products and our supplements. We have a fat burning product. We have a multivitamin product. We've got a product for the eyes. We've got hair care, skin care, activating products in all different dimensions to make you look better, feel better, work better, and literally be better. And also we've got an antioxidant reducing product for, what is it? What they say, man's best friend, your furry friends at home. We've got Pet Tandem, which is Protandem NRF2 Synergizer formulated for dogs. So we are the activation company figuring out all new ways of activating the human body so that it is efficient the way it was designed to be, not manipulated to have less symptoms. And let's talk now about one of the key components that's probably the most important right now, and that is timing. So when you look at the growth trajectory of a business and where you see that red star, that is every company's goal to get to what is called the tipping point or critical mass. So when you look at the overall potential and timing growth of a company, which is critically important, it is what is a market? What is the percentage of a certain market? We have 26 markets that our company is currently operating in. And as far as a new business is concerned in any field, any whether it's brick and mortar, whether it's an online business or a network marketing space or a franchise, 95% of companies fail within their first 5 years because they either run out of ideas or they run out of capitalization or both. or it's just not the right time and trends and all the other components that come along with it. So that is where we have gone past. We started in 2003. We're 23 years into this. And now where are we as it relates to where that star is, the critical mass, which is the first 300,000 consultants per market. We're in 26 markets around the world, and combined, we have just under 70,000 consultants. So we aren't anywhere near where it will be when critical mass even starts. So, which means all of the momentum of the company is yet to be created and yet to be capitalized by you, which is where your opportunity lies. Because if you wait till the company's super successful and there's 2 to 7% growth, you unfortunately waited too long. So you couldn't get better timing for this company as far as where it is, what the potential is, and then it's going to be, well, what are the trends? What are people looking for? And are they going to be looking long term? Well, the reality is people are looking for multiple sustainable income streams right now more than ever before. And when you can get behind a company that's publicly traded, transparent, scientifically proven products in what people want, empowering their bodies, then you've got the exact formula and you've got the exact business model. And there's more and more people that are looking for ways of making money, income streams right now than ever before. So why not partner with yourself and a publicly traded company on the NASDAQ that is handling the two biggest solutions that people are looking for right now? Better health and better finances, and we've got it all in one place.
You know, and I love the aspect of the micro franchise and being able to leverage. When you're talking about leveraging, it means that you're utilizing what somebody has already done before you, right? And part of that is the system that we have in place here at LifeVantage. We're able to leverage all of the tools and the training and the time that the company has put in to be able to help us be successful. So part of that system is corporate and field-led training. So we have twice a year that we get together in person for corporate events. We're going to be in Las Vegas in April, and then in October, we'll be in Salt Lake City. And then in January and July, we also have virtual events for the whole field to get together virtually to be able to learn and grow and build our belief. And then the field-led trainings are monthly. The third Saturday of every single month, there are virtual trainings, and there's also in-person trainings that we call LifeVantage Academy. All of this helps us come together as a community. We build each other up, we help each other learn the skills necessary, and then the behaviors that, as long as we follow these things, there is no way that you can't have the level of success that you're putting the time, energy, and effort into your business for. We have a replicated website with the LifeVantage app to be able to help you track your businesses. There's an online shopping portal with really easy checkout. You can create shopping carts to be able to send to those people that are ready to get started using these activation products, as well as having connection with your own personal team, because you are in business for yourself with your micro franchise, but you'll never be by yourself because we lock arms and we do this together. And as you'll see here in a few slides, part of that is leveraging the expertise of those that have been doing it longer than you have. And then, of course, that plays right into the mentorship that comes along. We have an amazing relationship between our corporate and field leadership, as well as having compensation put in place to where we all work together, no matter whose direct team you might be part of. We are one family here at LifeVantage. So we continuously ask ourselves, what else can we activate? And about 3 years ago, our CEO just knew that there was something that we could do with our compensation plan that would make it even more exciting and relevant long term. And so they made a $6 million investment into creating a compensation plan that would move us into the future, no matter how you want to build your business with LifeVantage. So we call it Evolve. And this is how you earn. So if you like to share the products and gather customers, you'll get paid for that. And then if you recognize those that are part of your customer base or people that are entrepreneurs and business minded that want to build a business alongside you, you can get paid for building a team. On top of that, those team members that you will have some of them that raise their hand and they want to become leaders. And once you decide to be a leader of leaders and help them develop into leadership, there's compensation bonuses for that too. And then, as I was mentioning before, the leverage aspect. We have a global pool where you can leverage the business that people have been doing since 2009 to start earning a percentage of a global profit share, where they take 4% every single month of the global revenue, and you get a share of that. This is business that people like Dondee and I and Holly that's on this call too have been building since the very beginning, and you can get paid a percentage of that by getting paid on what the company has already done. So we have got so many different ways that you can earn and evolve with your LifeVantage business. So this is our income disclosure statement. Being publicly traded, we report everything out. And so we also have to make sure that you understand that this is a business. This means that you get to determine what your value is by how much time, energy, and effort, and how willing you are to be able to work as part of a team to build your business. It's very much like the concept of you reap what you sow. So the work you put in will determine what your compensation is that comes out. This is our income disclosure statement. On the left-hand side, you can see the consultant rankings that we have in LifeVantage. And then the third column in, you'll be able to see what those consultants at those individual ranks are making on average every single month. This is monthly income, not yearly, monthly. I'd love for you to take just a moment and just kind of look down this list and see what number catches your attention first. What number would you like to have coming into your household in the next 3 months that would really kind of make things easier for you? Maybe pay for the gas bill, put gas in your car, maybe groceries on the table, or even start to help you pay your mortgage. Which number would make it worthwhile for you to get started today? And then take a look down and see where you'd like to be maybe in the next 2 to 3 years, putting in that effort and energy that I was talking about, working as part of a team, not doing it by yourself, but having people mentoring you along the way. And then I want you to just give yourself permission to dream a little bit. Look further down that list. Where would you like to land in the next 5 to 7 years, or maybe even 10 years? Because the time's going to pass anyway. Consider what your bonuses at work would be in the next 10 years. What if we could help you earn this on a monthly basis? Because it's possible. Please take note of those numbers and send a message to the person that invited you to take a look at this information and let them know what you would need to be making quickly to be able to get started today. And we're in, that 2 to 3 year time period or long term. And then they'll be able to get you connected with someone that will help you strategize your business to be able to help you get there. The way that you get started is we start with a pack. Most people start with the business pack because it gives them the opportunity to test out the activators, to be able to see what it feels like to have your body working at a higher level, to be able to utilize some of our everyday products and have some to be able to sample out. Not to mention that with a business pack, you're getting a 37% savings off of the individual product pricing. So for less than $1,000, you can start your global business, have all of the tools, the websites, everything that you need, and get the next 2 corporate events included for free. So most people get started with this pack. There are other options as well. If you're interested in those, just ask to take a look at those. And then to continue your own wellness journey and the place where our customers would start, because we love our customers, we would want to help you get started with a stack. LifeVantage puts together product combinations that we know have proven synergy to give you the best benefits. And with that proven synergy in the product stacks, you also get a discount pricing. Having it sent to you on a monthly basis makes it simple and easy for you and helps LifeVantage plan for the future. So you would want to subscribe with a stack so that you're getting these products shipped to you every single month, and you don't have to remember to reorder, right? So this is your step number 2 after getting started with a pack. So let's just kind of reiterate why LifeVantage, why now? First of all, we're publicly traded, we're fully transparent, and we are debt-free, making those multi-million-dollar investments into the future of this opportunity. And that means into you. We have scientifically validated, unique products. They can't be purchased anywhere else, and they're consumable so that they order monthly, right? We have patents to protect them and this business opportunity for you. The growth and potential of this opportunity, we have been about $200 million per year, which means You are on the ground floor of this opportunity because we are anticipating becoming a billion, $2 billion, $3 billion company per year in the next 5 to 10 years. That means that you have a huge part of that 80% momentum that you can participate in. We have the top compensation plan with our Evolve compensation plan. It is set up for every way that you would want to share this opportunity to be able to build an income stream for you and for your family. And we have got the best culture of mentorship and collaboration in the industry. Like I mentioned, we are family here at LifeVantage. We do this business together because we know that all ships rise with the tide. So I'm super excited to be able to turn this back over to Rick so that he can share more about LifeVantage Legacy. Rick, do you want to take it away? Make sure you're unmuted.
Okay, this technology thing always gets me. The legacy program that LifeVantage offers is really very interesting in that the goal is to reach like 1 million children throughout the world with the help and some of the needs that they have. And it's not just a matter of putting dollars down. As our members travel to some of the various locations around the world through LifeVantage, they take it upon themselves to participate in programs in some of the various countries. And you don't often see that in companies. There are a lot of companies that make a good product, that make a lot of money, but don't necessarily do a lot for other people in the world. And I'm really happy to see that LifeVantage has done this and continues to do this. So it's just one more thing that kind of develops that kind of family feeling about being a part of LifeVantage. So you can look into it. I hope you have an opportunity to take advantage of it yourself. And I would like to say, as we close out the meeting tonight, that if you have some interest, please get a hold of the person that invited you to watch this video. Speak to them, get together with them, meet with them. We'd be happy to talk to you as well. And I just hope you have a wonderful evening, and we thank you very much for sharing your time and interest in watching this video tonight. Thank you.